an entrepreneur has got to be the most incredible journey that I've ever been on. I love my life. It's fantastic. Hi everybody, my name is Rivers Corbett and I've been an entrepreneur for over 18 years. And like I said, what an incredible journey it has been. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to give people the opportunity to go on the journey that I've been on. For those people that want to go on the journey, this isn't about, be an entrepreneur because I want to be an entrepreneur or I'm an entrepreneur. This is about helping people understand what the journey of being an entrepreneur is before they get started so they can increase their potential for success. And one of the ways I do that is I wrote a book a while ago. It's called 13 Fears of Entrepreneurs. 13, they added that number. And why I did it is because there's a lot of fears because of unknowns associated with what's it like to be an entrepreneur? What are some of the challenges that I'm going to face? And I found that if people understood the basics of the fears and how to overcome them, then their willingness to at least explore, if not get in the game of entrepreneurship, significantly increases. So what I want to do is I want to now go through what the 13 fears of entrepreneurs are, and with each one of them there's a little nugget of knowledge, inspiration, connection, whatever you want to call it, that you're going to go, holy cow, is that ever cool? Yeah, I get that now. Oh my gosh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And when you come out at the end of this series and there's 13 fears, then you're going to have a significant foundation in your life that most startup entrepreneurs never get until they're about 5 years into the journey. This is all about your success. This is all about me helping you get that success. Get ready for the journey. Here comes the 13 fears of entrepreneurs. Let's get at it. You hear that? You hear that? That's the drum roll. This is the big one. This is it. You've all been counting down to entrepreneur fear number 1. And I bet you 9 out of 10 of you have actually gone through this fear or are going through it right now, and it's actually stopping you from starting a business. And by the way, you can start a business either part-time or full-time. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to do any of that stuff like that. You can still have a business on the side, or you can go at it full force. But entrepreneur fear number 1, the number 1 reason why people will never, ever start a business is because they're afraid of failure. Failure. I think I spelled it right. Afraid of failure. And I find this so interesting. And here's why I find it interesting. And I'll go through a little bit of a scenario that I go through when I'm talking to high school students about entrepreneurship. I talk to them about this fears, but people not doing that. But then I say to them, how many of you have gone through high school, because it's usually grade 12 that I'm talking to, how many of you have gone through high school without making a single mistake along the way? And of course, nobody raises their hand because everybody has failed at getting an answer to something along the way. They got that big red X along the way. They made a mistake. They failed at a test. They failed at an attempt. They failed at this and they failed at that along the way. But you know what? It didn't stop them from moving forward. They graduated from high school. So what happened in grade 1 and how they got things wrong and failure kept them going through to grade 12. It doesn't stop people, but for some reason, the mere thought of failing in business stops people from trying. Here's how I want you to look at failure as you go through with your business. I want you to look at it as a necessary evil. It's really, really necessary that you actually fail, because when you do fail, you will actually learn. And there's a great guy by the name of Guy Kawasaki, great guy named Guy Kawasaki. He says failure isn't an option, it's a necessity in business, because only by doing that will you become better, will you become stronger, and therefore will you become more prosperous because of the things that you're learning about. How I look at failure, I look at it as tuition. I've got 2 university degrees, paid money to do that, paid money to teach me things. Failure does the exact same thing. So now when I fail, I said, let's just part of tuition of me ultimately becoming a better entrepreneur. Entrepreneur fear number one, fear of failure. I get it, but it is not the reason not to go into being an entrepreneur. Here's to your great success. I hope you've enjoyed these 13 fears. I hope they've given you a foundation where you can open up your arms and embrace this great journey. And if you don't, that's okay too. But at least you've got great knowledge now for making your decision one way or the other. Here's to your success. Thanks for tuning in for 13 Fears of Entrepreneurs. I'm Rivers Corbett. Have a great day.